feel better now, Ralph?
Linda, will you step out here?
Some books the boy wants to take along. Here are the legal documents you'll need, Mr. Bastian. You are in loco parentis. Mr. Harrow has delegated to you all the powers of a father during the trip.
Where is Mr. Harrow this morning?
You'll also find enough money and credit cards in that packet.
Well, I guess that answers the question.
Mr. Bastian, Ralph's one of the nicest boys I've ever known. He's brilliant, charming.
It's not exactly the way his father stated the case. He was using words like crazy and fits and institutionalized.
Ralph is somewhat maladjusted. You're taking him to a clinic, which is probably the best of its kind in the world, to find out how badly and why.
In other words, he could be dangerous.
That's why I recommended you for the job. Now, no matter what happens, you're to get the boy to the clinic as calmly, as efficiently, as quietly as you can.
The keys are in my car in case you want to move it.
I'll take that.
Miss Beaumont, have you met Mr. Bastian?
Yes, Doctor. Mr. Harrow introduced us yesterday.
Why is everyone standing around? I'm ready.
No, Miss Beaumont, you sit up front with us, will you? Like a rose between two thorns, huh, Ralph?
Mr. Nemoth,
Yes,
tell my father I said goodbye.
I will.
You didn't have to do that. I don't want to go to that clinic, but I won't try running away. There's nowhere else for me to go. Suppose you're given a crime to solve. What method do you use? The empiric experimental or the intuitive abstract inference?
Well,
The empiric method would be to investigate every suspect until evidence led you to the guilty party, then simply arrest her.
well, I'll tell you, I just kind of play it by ear myself. Of course, that depends on the circumstances.
Between the two of you, I could have stayed at home with a good book.
Had a lot of interest in things that came and went before my time. Take, for instance, the Boom and Railroad building. Used to employ a tremendous labor force. Not only in the actual laying of track, but in the manufacturing of supplies. In the peak years, right after World War I, the annual output of railroad ties was up to almost 90 million, whereas today it's only around 20 million or so.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Of course, in the same period of time, there's been an increase in total tractive effect and total tonnage, even though there are only about half as many locomotives in use.
Ralph, you're gonna tire yourself out.
I feel fine, really I do.
Well, you don't have to entertain us all the time, do you?
Oh, you mean I'm talking too much? Yeah, I always do. That's a social fault of mine, monopolizing the conversation.
Oh, conversation's just a good way to use your knowledge. You talk a lot because you know a lot.
Well, what would you like to talk about? I'd like to become a good listener. That's a proper social attitude I should develop.
You like Italian food?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't had any in a long time.
All right, if you think you can hold out till we get across to Arizona, there's a real good Italian place in Kingman.
Any plants, cotton, or honey? Any agricultural products at all?
No.
Would you mind opening the trunk, please?
This is illegal! Let me out of here! This is illegal! You can't set up an embargo between states!
Ralph.
It's unconstitutional! You're only a police state!
Ralph, you gotta get control of this.
They can't interfere!
Ralph, you gotta help me. You hear? You gotta help me. I can't handle this all by myself, son. You hear? I need your help.
Ralph, come on, take this water. Here, take one of your pills. It's a tranquilizer. thought you'd run out on this.
What do you think's best for him? Sleep or eat?
Well, it's the tranquilizers and exhaustion, but let him sleep. Oh, by the way, your coffee got cold. I ordered some fresh.
Oh, thank you. What do you think brought on the fun and games back there at the border station?
I don't know.
How about the other night when he tore his room apart? His father told me about that.
I don't know.
You don't know? For a nurse with specialized training, there's an awful lot of I don't know in you. What's your plan? Get by on your face and figure?
Actually, I wonder if I'm really needed around here anyway. You came up with a beauty back there when you asked him to help you.
Oh, that's trial and error.
Oh, no. No, you knew what you were doing. And you're proud that it calmed him down.
I never gave it a thought.
You want a cigarette?
Yeah, thanks. So you know anybody named Moran?
No. Why?
Well, that station wagon back there has been following us ever since we left L.A. It's registered to an Ernest J. Moran from Nevada.
I don't see anyone.
I checked it out when we were in the restaurant back there. They just looked like a couple of tourists.
What makes you think anyone would want to follow us?
Well, I get paid to think that way. I'm just as happy when I'm wrong. You gotta see me when I'm standing in line for a movie. The people behind me get me really nervous. Professional paranoia.
What's the matter?
Oh, something going wrong with the steering.
What happened?
I don't know, some kind of trouble with the car. I'm just trying to see what it is.
It's a tie rod. It's bent.
How bad?
Well, the link's cracked. See?
Maybe a little steer?
I wouldn't advise it. You'd have no control. How did it happen? You hit a rock?
I don't know.
Well, the angle of trajectory for a rock to ricochet from the front wheel to strike the tie rod with sufficient force to crack it must have been extremely acute, not to mention the degree of crystallization of the metal.
Well, there's a house or something down the road there.
Well, the composition of the rock must have been flint or obsidian.
Well, I'm gonna chance it. Come on, let's go.
I'd keep it under 20. If it snaps, you've had it.
Yes, whatever you say, sir.
Trouble, mister?
Tie rod's bent. How long do you think it'll take to fix it?
Well, can't do it all today. Have to send it to town for a new rod. Take till tomorrow anyway.
Tomorrow? No. Where can we stay?
Well, the town of Cooper, it's 28 miles down the road. Only got one motel, but it's a wing-dinger. Got a television, every room.
28 miles, and we can't walk.
Elizabeth! Oh, Elizabeth!
Stop yelling, Pop. They can hear you clear into Cupra.
You ready yet?
Yeah, I'm leaving right now.
Well, you got some passengers. They're going to stay at the motel till I get their car fixed tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine.
She's going into a party in town tonight. Say, I'll call the garage and get them to send out a new ride on tonight's westbound bus. I'll bring the car in tomorrow as soon as I get it to you.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, folks, hop in. Ralph.
Well, the snakes are common desert rattlers, and the so-called monsters, ordinary Phenosoma cornutums.
What?
Horny toads to you.
Come on.
Somebody will have to ride in the back.
Pleasure.
Don't stay up all night now, Lizzie.
I won't, Pa.
Hi, Elizabeth. I didn't see you come in.
Hi, Peggy Sue. My friends invited me to dinner. This is Linda and Andy and Ralph. Peggy Sue Fuero.
Peggy Sue?
Ralph's some kind of a genius. He's an expert on snakes and horny toads. Eats them for breakfast.
Who said so?
Ralph,
What does she know about me? Leave me alone.
I have a new dress for the party. Would you like to see it?
I'd love to. Excuse me.
I'll be right back.
Why did you have to invite her to eat with us? She's a smart aleck.
she gave us a ride. Why can't you be polite?
You don't want to let the women get you down, pal. I'll do it every time.
No, I don't mind the Indian girl. She interests me. She could be Mojave Apache. But she's probably part Navajo and part Wallapai. Although the Navajo were enemies of the Wallapai. Would it be impolite of me to ask her?
Yeah, I wish you would. You got me interested now.
Oh, thank you. Peggy's dress is darling. Oh, I just ordered the specialty of the house, top sirloin. Oh, I hope you don't mind. It's the most expensive thing on the menu.
Oh, well, let's see now. Yeah, I think we can afford that. I'll have the same money with a baked potato.
Would it be all right if I asked you a personal question?
Shoot.
Oh, you're Indian. I was wondering what tribe.
Half Wallapai and half Yavapai.
That's right. I forgot about the Yavapai. They're farther west.
You're pretty sorry for a paleface. Most people never even heard of him.
I have the same as Andy. Well done. No, make that blood rare.
Caesar salad and a black coffee, please.
Listen, Ralph, I'm sorry I put you on a little. I mean, well, listen, you're spending the night here. Why don't you come to the party with us? You could have a lot of fun. As if your friends don't mind. Oh, it isn't far, just a few blocks away. The fourth house down from the highway on Elm Street.
Look, honey, Ralph's been ill, see, and we're taking this trip for his health, so he better hit the sack early.
Anyway, I don't like parties. They're a waste of time.
Ralph? Ralph?
You know, I gotta tell you something. The closer we get to that place, the less I want to go.
Clinic? Why?
Oh, you know as well as I do. They can't help me. It's just a matter of time before I really flip for good.
And who told you that? Your father?
You know, I said I wouldn't run away before. But I don't think you can really count on that.
he sleep?
Clothes and all. Any cigarettes?
Yes. You know, psychotherapy takes a long time. It's, confining and pretty dreary.
You're not talking about that party tonight by any chance, are you?
I am. I think you should have let him go. It might have done him some good. It might have done me some good.
What do you mean by that?
I've spent weeks and weeks with Ralph. I think his problems are starting to get to me. To be around something normal for a change. I'm sort of tired of playing the well-trained, well-controlled, unemotional nurse.
Well, there's nothing wrong with exercising your emotions once in a while, is there? Within reason.
Say, Andy, you don't see anything wrong with me, do you?
Not a thing.
A fellow I went with once, anyway, after it was over, he told me that I was a cold fish, that I couldn't get emotionally involved, that I didn't know how to love.
So you went into nursing. That doesn't figure.
I don't know, maybe I was trying to buy an emotional involvement without paying for it. Maybe I am a cold fish. Couldn't care less about any of the patients I've taken care of.
What about Ralph? You're not exactly unemotional about him, are you?
I don't know.
He's alone and he's scared. He's afraid to hope. He's even afraid he can't be cured. He practically told me that much.
What about the way he acted at dinner tonight? Those girls were trying to be nice to him.
That blonde kid, Elizabeth, invited him to the party. She frightened him. So he got hostile. The other girl, the Indian girl, was just something out of a textbook to him. She wasn't really a girl at all. She didn't threaten him. So I'd say the kid's got an obsession about women, and a violent one. Pressure builds up, and
Is it Ralph?
No, it's over there.
Listen to me.
In here, Ralph.
Get off my back. Want to leave? Leave. Get your hands up.
Easy.
Look, this is just a family fracas. The old lady and me get into these all the time.
Yeah, that's right, mister. This is none of your business.
Well, why don't you just do yourself a little favor? Take a walk, cool off, sober up, huh?
All right. I'll take a walk.
Why don't you go back inside, lady? We're friends with a station wagon, Mr. and Mrs. Ernest Moran, and they're a very happily married couple. Ralph wake up?
Not a peep.
Ralph? Ralph? kid say the party was tonight? Elm Street near the highway. You stay here.
Wilson?
Yeah, Bob?
What happened? Got a call there was Indian trouble.
You might say that. I don't know the whole story. Looks like somebody beat up one of the kids at this party. An Indian girl.
Oh?
You know her?
Yeah. I know her.
Hey, you've got some pretty weighty identification here, Captain. He was a captain in the MPs. Well, now, we've got a couple of things to clear up here. Right, Captain?
He's not captain anymore.
You and this lady and the boy, you're traveling together, right, Captain?
Right. It's all legit and lawful, okay?
The boy was at the party. We know that much. Elizabeth Gotch will testify to it.
I was there for a few minutes, so a lot of other kids. You question them?
We know them.
You said the boy was asleep next door. I would like to see him.
Well, we would like to avoid that.
I'll bet you would.
Look, the C.I.D's given me clearance. My instructions are not to let anyone talk to him until we get to Kansas.
Where in Kansas?
Government installation. The kid's some kind of an overdeveloped genius.
I'm afraid that's all we can say.
What do you two take me for?
All right, if your booming metropolis has got a teletype machine, you can check me out in 30 minutes.
I would like to see this genius of yours.
I'll take one of you.
All right, Bob, you go with him.
Well, I don't think he should.
Lady, there's an unconscious girl in the hospital, cut up and bruised with 2 of her teeth knocked out. Now, Bob Cuero here is a federal officer, and he's her father.
Oh, hi, Andy.
This gentleman's a police officer and he's in trouble. Can you help us out?
I don't know. What's the matter?
Well, it's a radio in the police car.
Arizona. Well, I'm pretty sure all the car radios are 6 crystal sets. It's pre-calibrated. There should be a 4-ohm impedance with a separate 8-ohm circuit. I'll have to test. Let me put on my shoes and we'll take a look.
I'll let it go.
Okay, thanks, Ralph. They'll take it over to police headquarters and let them fix it there. See, you could tell him there's a wild animal loose, and he'd give you the rundown on how to identify it by the size of its teeth.
He's a genius, all right.
All right, he's a genius. That still doesn't prove he didn't beat up your daughter.
Come on, Harry. I want to go to the hospital and see how Peggy Sue's getting along.
Okay, Cuero. Bastion, stick around.
Ralph, what really happened?
Leave me alone! Ralph! Ralph!
Calm down, I'm gonna belch you one, you understand? You hear me? I'll belch you one. Quit it.
I hit her in the teeth, and she fell down. I couldn't help her.
Did not hit that girl, you understand? Now listen to me. You look at your hands. Look at them. If you hit her hard enough to knock her teeth out, you'd have cut your hands. You know, you see a mark on your hands?
No. No!
Did not hit her.
But I was there. I was with her.
Somebody else hit her. You got scared and you ran away, but you didn't hit her. Somebody else hit her.
I don't know. I didn't even see. I fainted. I fainted like a girl.
I had to get you out of Arizona, Ralph.
Sure.
I want them picking you up even as a witness. Now we're in another state.
Yeah?
All right, then. Now, even with the broken tie rod, we're still a little bit ahead of schedule. So, if you want to stop, see some of the country, if there's anything you like to study.
Nope.
Now, listen, Ralph. I'm sorry about last night. I don't like manhandling anyone. But you were getting hysterical, understand? I didn't want those cops to hear. I just lied to them.
Well, did you order yet?
Waited for you.
Thank you. Say, look what I got in a little shop across the street.
Mm.
Some souvenirs. It's Persian turquoise.
Persian turquoise. I never even heard of it.
Excuse me. You looking for something?
Looking for the driver of this car.
I'm driving.
This rig is registered to a Sidney Harrow. Is that you?
No, my name's Bastian. I borrowed the car.
We'd like to talk to you downtown.
Downtown? Got that much police force here?
Well, that's how we managed to keep this such a nice, quiet community.
Oh. How about a little nice, quiet, professional courtesy, huh? Take a look at my ID, and I'll drop into headquarters right after lunch.
Well, the chief says for me not to involve the people with you if I could help it. This could only take 5 minutes.
All right.
Well, I've got a city car parked in back. Professional courtesy.
I didn't get your name.
Walker. Merrill Walker.
How'd you happen to find me? Old force?
Looks like a building fell on you, Captain.
What are you doing here, Mr. Cuero?
I'm on my own time. My daughter's still unconscious in Cupra.
What time is it?
Look at your watch. After I saw your car, I checked in here. Waitress said the kid and the girl left right after you did.
I mean left?
Kid must have seen something. He walked out, and the woman right after him. They left in a Jeep.
Which way'd they go?
Headed west.
I don't feel much like driving.
Got a Land Rover. What's with the wagon? When you spotted it, you nearly took my arm off.
Cuero, my boy didn't hurt your girl. It could have been that tourist that turned that wagon in.
Where do we look?
The waitress said they headed west. And the kind of car they're driving now with the reservation tires, I think they might just be heading back for Nevada. By the shortest route through the desert.
What'd they say?
Yeah, those Navajos think they're better than anyone else in the whole world.
Did they see the Jeep?
Yeah. It passed them. Headed for Cedar Ridge, I guess. Bastian. You figure this for a plain kidnap?
Well, the boy's father's filthy rich. They were behind us all the way.
So were a lot of other people.
Yep.
Bastian, suppose they tried to snatch the kid. My daughter saw it, and that's why she got beat up.
She could tell us that.
Sure. Someday, maybe. Or your boy genius.
Would you like another beer?
No, thanks. I'm all right.
I brought you some milk, Ralphie. You don't want it? Oh, that's all right. Well, just put it here. Maybe you can have it later. What about you, miss? Could I get you something?
Could I talk to you just for a second, please? Listen, Ralph isn't well. Can you understand that? He's unstable. I can't tell what this is doing to him.
Ralphie's fine. His father's just trying to get rid of him, like he got rid of me. But Ralphie's fine. Don't you think I know my own kid?
No, I don't.
Look, lady, why don't you sit down?
Ralph, you gotta believe me. I didn't run out on you. Honest. You were a little baby. I was too young to realize. I wanted to have some sort of life of my own, don't you see, Ralph? Your father, he was too busy, and I was all alone in that house all day. Well, I finally divorced your father, but I always loved you, Ralph. It was you that I wanted. I wanted us to be together.
And Mr. Harrow's been paying you off all these years, hasn't he?
Skip, he's my husband. Well, Skippy, he said that I was your legal mother. That's your real mother. And that if you were with us, well, your father would send more money so we could raise you right. You know, Ralphie, right schools and right clothes and right food. And, well, now we can all be together, Ralphie, you and Skip and me. And then your father can help us out like always. Oh, Ralphie, I'm so glad to see you. You're a very handsome boy. Do you know that?
Lady, will you sit down? Myra, come me another beer.
Oh, what's eating him? All
I've been trying to
Myra.
tell you.
All right, don't get excited.
Please let me go into him.
He'll be all right, lady. Oh, would you like a beer? Who's out there?
Manager.
Wait a minute, what is this?
You guys got no business here?
Get your hands back up there. It's the buzzer you flashed on me and Gallup?
All right, listen, fella.
Shut up.
What is he?
Says Las Vegas Special Detail. Means he's a bouncer.
Ralph's in the bedroom, Andy.
You all right?
Listen, mister, you gotta let me talk to him. You're gonna take him away, and I want to talk to him. I didn't want it to be like this. You gotta let me say goodbye. I got a mother's rights.
He knew, Andy. He wasn't just running from us and the clinic. He was running to her.
Take it easy. You want to tell me what happened, Ralph?
I came here with my mother.
When did you find out?
I knew.
But you thought your mother was dead, Ralph. Isn't that what they told you?
I don't know where you got that foul impression.
Well, from your father and the doctor and his lawyer, Linda.
I knew she wasn't dead.
When did you find out?
Don't keep asking me that.
Just before you had that little ruckus in your room back home?
No, long before that.
When?
She came to talk to me one day when I was studying at the library. She said she was my mother. I didn't believe it. I ran.
Did it make you sick?
It did not.
Ralph.
Nobody wanted me around. My father, you, Linda, you were all very happy to send me off somewhere out of the way. But you know what my mother wanted? Me, she said. She wanted me. But I didn't believe it. Till I saw how they followed us. And then you pushed me around last night.
I had it too bad.
So I came with my mother from Gallup. I came where I was wanted. Where I was wanted.
I know. Listen, I know. Kid, I was raised in an orphanage, and every night I used to have the same dream. That someday my mother was gonna come for me and take me away. And my mother was soft and warm and loving. But if some woman like that went out there had shown up, I'd have gone off screaming and busting things too. Then I suppose I'd have tried to get to her. Just because she was all I had. It's too late to go off screaming now, Ralph. You gotta pull up your socks. You're the best man in the bunch.
I'm innocent. They hired me. I didn't know it was kidnap.
It ain't kidnap. She's his mother.
You almost sold me that bill of goods. The whole Hearts and Flowers routine. I wanted to buy it even though I knew it was a fake. You're never going to use me again, Skippy.
I never knew it was kidnap. Tell him, Myra.
We call Las Vegas from Cupra. He flew in yesterday. We hired him to get rid of Bastian. That's all he did, and that's all he knows.
So it was the woman in you and Cupra.
You watched Ralph leave the motel. Then you followed him to the party.
You can't pin nothing on me.
How did you get those cuts in your hand?
Ralph,
There's no way out of here except past you. And I've got to get past you.
Well, I guess we can sort them out and gallop. Can you handle these?
I can manage. All right, let's go.
What's gonna happen to her? She didn't do anything.
Well, I did bring you here by force.
No, I wanted to come. Keep an eye on Ralph. Guess they were gonna leave me here when they took him in the morning.
You're sorry for her, aren't you?
Yes. A little.
How's it going, champ?
Is there really anything seriously wrong with me?
You're gonna be all right now. I promise you that. I want you to believe me, too.
Ralph, I'd like to stay on with you for a while at the clinic. Maybe get a job on the staff. That'd be all right?
That'd be great. I want to go to the clinic now. Really, pull up my socks.
Well, I think I'm falling in love, Andy.
Him or me?
I don't know. He's so young and you're so...
Don't say it.